Welcome to the Hindu editorial dictation 80 word per minute. Heading is India needs to rethink its nutrition agenda. We ready? Start. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has released data fact sheets for 22 states and union territories based on the findings a phase of 1 of the National Family Health Survey. 5. The 22 states union territories don't include some major states such as Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha, and Madhya Pradesh. Full stop. While the national picture will only be clear when the survey is completed and data are released for all the states and union territories, what we have so far paints a troubling picture in relation to nutrition outcomes. Worrying findings of the 22 states and union territories, there is an increase in the prevalence of severe acute malnutrition in 16 states union territories compared to NFHS 4 conducted in 2015-16. Kerala and Karnataka are the only two big states among the 6 states and union territories where there is some decline. The percentage of children under 5 who are underweight has also increased in 16 out of the 22 states. Anemia levels among children as well as adult women have increased in most of the states, with a decline in anemia among children being seen only if 4 states union territories, all of them smaller ones: Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu and Meghalaya. There is also an increase in the prevalence of other indicators such as adult malnutrition measured by those having a body mass index of less than 18.5 kg in many states union territories. What is also a matter of concern is that most states, union territories also see an increase in overweight, obesity prevalence among children and adults, once again drawing attention to the inadequacy of diets in India, both in terms of quality and quantity. The data report an increase in childhood stunning, an indicator of chronic undernutrition and considered a sensitive indicator of overall well-being in 13 of the 22 states union territories compared to the data of NFHS 4. Among the remaining 9 states, 5 see an improvement of less than a percentage point pp in this 5-year period. Sikkim 7.3 pp, Manipur 5.5 pp, Bihar 5.4 pp, and Assam 1.1 pp are the 4 states which see some improvement, although even these are below the goals set by the government. There was a 10 pp decline in stunning among children under 5. Low weight low height for age between 2005 6 and 2015-16 NFHS1 from 48% to 38 average 1 pp a year. Although in the right direction, this was considered to be very slow pace of improvement. Poshan Abhiyan, one of the flagship programs of the Prime Minister, launched in 2017, aimed at achieving a 2 pp reduction in childhood stunning per year. All the indications from these initial results of are that we are likely to see an increase in prevalence of childhood stunning in the country during the period 2015-16 to 2019-20. This is extremely alarming and calls for serious introspection on not just the direct programs in place to address the problem of child malnutrition but also the overall model of economic growth that the country has embarked upon. The World Health Organization calls stunning a marker of inequalities in human development. Over the last 3 decades, there have been phases where India has experienced high rates of economic growth, but this period has also been increasing inequality, greater informalization of the labor force, and reducing employment elasticities of growth. Some expansion in social protection schemes and public programs, such as the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, the public distribution system, the integrated child development scheme, and also school meals have contributed to reduction in absolute poverty as well as previous improvements in nutrition indicators. However, there are continuous attempts to weaken these mechanisms through underfunding and journal neglect. For instance, in a response to a parliamentary question in December 2019, the Minister for Women and Child Development presented data which showed that only about 32.5% of the funds released for Poshan Abhiyan from 2017-18 onwards had been utilized. The last few years particularly have been bad with slowdown in economic growth, stagnant rural wages, and highest levels of unemployment. This is also reflected, for instance, in the rising number of reported starvation deaths from different parts of the country. Volunteers of the Right of Food Companion have listened over 100 starvation deaths based on media and or verified fact finding to reports since 2015. While these data presents in a bleak picture as far as nutrition is concerned, what is worrying is that the situation would be even worse now as a result of the pandemic and lockdown induced economic distress. Field surveys such as the recent Hunger Watch are already showing massive levels of food insecurity and decline in food consumption, especially among the poor and vulnerable households. First, in the Hunger Watch survey carried out in H states, two-thirds of the respondents reported that the nutrition, quality, and quantity of their diets worsened in September October compared to before the lockdown. All of this calls for urgent action with commitment towards addressing the issues of malnutrition. The NFHS 5 fact sheets, which also present data related to health, nutrition, and other socio-economic indicators, show some positive trends as well. There are some improvements seen in determinants of malnutrition, such as access to sanitation, clean cooking fuels, and women's status, a reduction in spousal violence, and greater access of women to bank accounts. For example, in these two gaps remain and some states perform better than others. A peaceful approach. What these overall poor nutritional outcomes therefore also show is that a piecemeal approach addressing some aspects that too inadequately does not work. Direct interventions such as supplementary nutrition of good quality, including eggs, fruits, etc., growth monitoring, and behavior change communication through the ICDS and school meals must be strengthened and given more resources. Universal maternity entitlements and child care services to enable exclusive breastfeeding, appropriate infant and young child feeding, as well as towards recognizing women's unpaid work burdens have been on the agenda for long, but not much progress has been made on these. At the same time, the link, linkages between agricultural and nutrition, both through what foods are produced and available, as well as what kinds of livelihoods are generated in farming, are also important. Overall, one of the main messages is that the basic determinants of malnutrition, household food security, access to basic health services, and equitable gender relations cannot be ignored any longer. An employment centered growth strategy, which includes on universal full stop an employment centered growth strategy, which includes a universal provision of basic services of education, health, food, and social security, is imperative. There have been many indications in our country that businesses as usual is not sustainable anymore. It is hoped that the experience of the pandemic as well as the results of NFHS 5 serve as a wake up call for serious rethinking of issues related to nutrition and accord these issues priority. Full stop. ये आपके डिक्टेशन कंप्लीट डिक्टेशन है, इसको टाइप कीजिए, टाइप करने के बाद इसको टाइप कीजिए, ओके, टाइप करने के बाद इसको मिला लें, ओके। थैंक यू वेरी मच, हैव ए गुड डे।